Alright, what's going on everyone on YouTube? NES Ruler, welcome to a new slate of reviews. Instead of doing 3 reviews and separately, I decided to mash them all together into one video. So I actually have here 5 films that were sent to me by Slasher Video and Olive to review here for the channel. So I'm going to decide to break these 5 films up into 2 separate videos. In one video I'm going to review the films I'm going to talk about now, and then these other 2 I'm going to talk about in another video. And then I have some other films that were sent to me that I'm going to be doing reviews for that I'll have up over the next past few days. I got some ones that weren't sent to me by Olive, but I have Roar, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, and Phase 4 coming also. So these 3 films are also coming soon, so stay tuned to that. But today I'm going to be talking about these 3 films that were finally released by Slasher Video. These were announced way back in the summer, but they got pushed back, and now they're finally getting a release. And first, let's talk about the release of the 25th anniversary shot-on-video film Cemetery Sisters from the year 1988. Now, I just want to give a disclaimer for anybody that is interested in buying any of these shot-on-video Slasher Video releases. I'll talk about the disclaimer in each one that it applies to. But this one, so because it was shot-on-video, the transfer that's provided here by Slasher Video is the best available element available. So when you get the film, it's gonna not look the best video and sound quality wise, but that is just the way that these films are shot, and it's unfortunate, but that's the way these films have to be presented. And the picture quality in this one it's okay, it's watchable, it's totally understandable what's going on. The sound quality is it's iffy. It has that typical Space Invaders type background noise in this one throughout the entire thing. But this is a really standard shot-on-video film about 2 sisters, actual sisters in real life, who grew up in a mortuary, and when they get old, as they grow up, as we see in this, as they're older in this film, they decide that they want to buy this cemetery and this mortuary, and the only way that they're able to raise the money is that they go out and they lure men, and they hire them, or not they hire them, they marry them, and then they get them to make them the sole beneficiary in their wills, and then they slash them off. And that's basically it. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Kill, marry, kill, marry, kill, marry. And that's pretty much it. That's all it is throughout the entire film. It's just these sisters marrying guys and killing them. There's really nothing else to it. There's this aunt that comes and visits, and she's strange. She's an older lady. She talks about getting laid now that she's single, and a whole bunch of other stuff that's really, really strange. And then there's like this flashback scene to when one of the girls were little, and just like 10 minutes of this movie where she's watching a horror film in a theater. It cuts back between stock footage from a public domain film. I'm not entirely sure what movie it is. I probably should know, but it cuts back between this movie and her eating popcorn. It's really, really a bizarre scene at the end of the film. But overall, this is an okay shot-on-video film. It's really not my favorite one. As you guys know, I'm not really that diverse in the shot-on-video era of horror films. It's not something that I really know too much about, so that's why I wanted to request some of these films to watch them, and maybe expand my palette on some of these films that I normally wouldn't watch. So Cemetery Sisters, this is your sort of thing. You'll probably dig this one. It's short, 61 minutes. And once again, on the disc, it talks about the negative and all that kind of stuff about the transfer. But this is just a DVD, Cemetery Sisters. Yeah. The next film here, this is a film called Trashology. This is from 2012. This film is so freaking funny. It is really, really well done, and the jokes are not stale throughout the entire 84-minute running time of this film. It is absolutely hilarious. Director Brian Dorton did a really, really great job creating a homage to John Waters films while keeping the jokes fresh and running gags throughout the entire film present throughout the entire thing, and I'll get into it. So the film basically follows a middle-aged woman named Tracy. She is an up-and-coming filmmaker. She goes to film school, and there's this whole thing. Her professor's a little bit of a jerk. She decides to drop out, and she comes across this book called Trashology, and inside this book it has 3 chapters titled The Fat, Big Debbie, and the Inglorious Bitches. And so the film basically goes through the narrative of these 3 short stories that are in this book, Trashology. So it really is an anthology film wrapped around through this woman's desire to make trash films. So basically The Fat follow this 65-year-old, I guess you could describe her as a southern type of a character. Really, really funny. Smokes cigarettes, all this kind of stuff. And then we have a heavy-set Jewish lady that she's friends with, and she's got a huge defined type of a wig. Really, really funny. And then they have another friend that's kind of a bitchy type of a character, and she comes and just the conversations between these 3 and a plot carries on. I don't want to ruin it, but there's just a huge amount of funny jokes in this section of the film. Fart humor and just stereotype humor and a whole bunch of other stuff that is really, really funny and works really, really well, actually. Typically these low-budget films aren't really my thing, but it's really, really, really funny, I have to say. And then next we have Big Debbie. This one is about this really heavy-set girl, and she gets left at the altar by she's the daughter of the heavy-set Jewish woman in the first story. So she's really heavy too. Her name's Debbie. She gets left at the altar. She runs into this guy after she's leaving the store buying snack cakes, and they go back to this guy's apartment, and Debbie accidentally kills him by jumping on top of him and squishing him because he has some sort of fetish, this guy, that he likes to get jumped on by heavy set women. So he jumps on she jumps on this guy and kills him, and hilarity ensues from that. Really, really another funny segment. I didn't think it was as funny as the first segment, but it is still really, really funny. And like I said, the way it connects back to the first story, repeating characters and a whole bunch of other stuff like that is really, really funny. And then lastly, let me get a drink of water quickly. Chars. And lastly, we have Inglorious Bitches. This is a really, really hilarious story as well. We follow a two once again type of heavy-set women. They're actually guys in wigs. All these people in this film are guys in wigs. So 2 heavy-set women, and they go around and they kill sex offenders, and they kill a guy who had sex with an 89-year-old woman in a nursing home, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And there's some really nasty parts in this short that has to do with crap and things like that. It's really, really funny, and once again, really well done. And the fact that the jokes don't get stale throughout this entire thing, I really contribute a lot to the writing. Really, really smart film. Happy to finally see it. I recommend this one 100% that everybody goes and buys this if they like stupid comedy that's well done and really, really funny. Highly, highly recommend Trashology. Thumbs up on me on this one. It is really, really funny. A film that I really, really didn't think that I would enjoy too much, but it's really, really funny. A bunch of really smartly written words of dialogue here. And finally, in this section, we'll be talking about a film from 2013 called Cinco De Mayo. Now, this is definitely the most well-made shot film out of the three that I talked about. Trashology is it's shot really well, but this film actually has a bit of a heart to it. Actually, these other two films, most of this about low-budget gags, but this one actually has a bit of substance and heart to it. So we basically follow a recently fired Mexican Latino professor who teaches a class that is about Latino culture, and he lives in this town where there's a huge clash between Latino gangs and Americans, and a whole bunch of interesting things play out in this film about immigration, a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not really that too deep of commentary, but it's really there, and I was really surprised that this film actually had something to say about immigration and things like that. So this professor, who simply just goes by the name of El Mastro, he gets fired from his teaching job of teaching this Latino history class, and he soon goes insane, and he starts picking off all these people who deny him, who don't see the problem that's going on between the Latino community and the American community in this film. Some really, really good effects. Once again, low budget, and it has like this college TV type of a feel. Like it's introduced by a Fangooly type of a college girl named Stacey Monroe. I'll show you here right on this back right here. Stacey Monroe. It's like a college type TV horror type of a TV show, and there's like commercials where they show like the next film that they're going to show on this TV program, and a whole bunch of really interesting stuff. Really, really interesting style to this movie, I have to say. Like I said, it's shot really well, but it has that kind of grain type of old TV type of style to it. The representation of the TV show really is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend this one. This one's actually really good. It has a Western type of a feel to it. But El Mastro, he's a really, really good actor, really good character, really, really feel for this guy. And I recommend this one as well. It's actually a really, really good film from 2013. So I'll just go over the picture quality of these two because I didn't really talk about it. Like I just said with this one, there's a little bit of grain and a little bit of static, but that's just a style choice. Besides that, it looks good. And same with Trashology. It has a filter on it that makes it look trashier than it does, pun the title. So let's get into special features on these three releases here. Cemetery Sisters, we got an auto commentary with director, producer, and the guy who runs /video. And then we have a Q&A with the director and the producer, the Death Sisters short film, production outtakes, a photo gallery, and the trailer to Cemetery Sisters. So a whole bunch of bonus features on all these releases, so it's really, really cool. Cinco de Mayo, we have auto commentary, an audio commentary with director, producer, and actor, and the cast. We have a Q&A with the cast and crew, deleted scenes, film outtakes, behind-the-scenes footage, photo galleries, a bunch of short films, some trailers, and another great slate of special features on Cinco de Mayo. And then finally on Trashology, we have auto commentary with director and producer and the guy who runs /video. And then we have deleted and alternate scenes. And we have, once again, a boatload of short films. Here we have 5 short films and the trailer. So another really, really solid set of features here from /video. So that'd be it, everybody. I hope you guys have enjoyed these 3 reviews. Really good films to start out with. I really, really enjoy them. So we'll see where these 2 films that I'll talk about in my next video come up. We have Splatter, Architects of Fear, which is supposed to be a really interesting shot on video. documentary spoof, I've heard, mockumentary. And then we have Killer Workout, which is, I'm excited to check this one out as well. So we'll see. So these 2 films will be coming up soon. And then I have more films to review. So I hope you guys liked it. If you guys do, please give it a thumbs up. And as long as you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/NESRuler22. And if you're interested in any of these films, I'll put a link down below to the Amazon page. Go ahead and order them. I'll talk to you guys very soon with those other 2 films. Hope everybody's doing well. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you guys.